The Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up at Underdog Fantasy, promo code SMALLS with 2 L's to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Get up to $750 in cash back rewards each month when you sign up at edgeboost.bet and use the promo code SGPN. Looking for all our picks and podcasts in one place? Download the SGPN app wherever you get your apps.
Are you ready?
Hello, everyone. We're back. It's Monday. Happy Monday. Segment 1, going to have my friend G Unit, Greg Peterson, come on, talk some more March Madness, little bit of NFL before I bring on Colby from Your Betting News to get into my favorite topic ever, baseball. But first up, joining me is my good friend, brilliant mind G Unit, Greg Peterson, host of the baseball betting show, Coast to Coast Hoops, and Saturdays Cashing Out on VSiN. I don't know how you have time for all of these things. How is it going, Greg?
Oh, things are going great. You know what? We always try to find a way, and we always have to save a little bit of time for beer reviews as well, and a little bit of time for yourself, Stephanie. So great to be aboard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, and you do all these beer reviews, and I saw recently you did a Four Loko camo review.
The newest one, absolutely. We got to give the people what they want.
Yes. How was it? I did not get a chance to look at it, but I did see you were reviewing it.
We gave it a 5.35 out of 10, and for those that know my grading scale, that's not good.
That's not great. That's not great. What's the best thing that you have reviewed as of late? Like, was there a beer that was really good recently?
Whenever you can go out to the northeast part of the country and get some of those IPAs from like Boston, Vermont, those northeast IPAs, those just absolutely hit home.
Yeah.
I know that Stephie, you're out there in the Midwest. We've got a lot of Midwest beers to review as well. Got a lot of Michigan love that is going to be coming in the next few weeks. So very much looking forward to that. But those Northeast IPAs, just absolute chef's kiss right there.
Love it. Weekend reactions, biggest disappointment. You know, you're hearing a lot of this. It was boring. I get it. You know, it's a little chalky start to the tournament. What are like your first thoughts about this, the beginning of this tournament?
And let's call it what it is. It has been a chalky tournament, but it's not something that I totally thought was like unforeseen or anything like that. When I filled out my bracket, a lot of people call me square for putting in their 4 1 seeds in the Final Four, and I call myself square for putting 4 1 seeds in the Final Four. It's something I had never done before, but that's just the way that the sport has been this far this season. Now, I thought that we would get a little bit more fight from some of these underdogs. Like St. Mary's yesterday was a bit of a letdown. Felt like they controlled the game, and they shot like 30% from the floor. That's not great, to say the least. New Mexico got the deficit of the whistle, I think is a fair way of putting it. But you know what? It's not something that I think is like completely unforeseen. And that's the way that the sport is. Like right now, we've got the transfer portal that just opened in college basketball, and over 500 guys jumped in the last like 12 hours. So that's the way that things are with regards to college sports right now. If you've got money, which I'm talking about you, the SEC schools, I'm talking about you, the elite of the elite out there in the Big Ten, you're rising to the top, and everyone else is trying to play catch up.
Yeah, and I think it kind of lends itself well, too. We're going to get a nice couple next rounds of the tournament here. Another big talk, the first buzzer beater yesterday in the CSU game. Was it a travel? Was it not a travel? What side are you on there with that?
Was it a travel? Most likely, yes. Yeah. Let's also call it what it is. Are you really going to be calling that at the end of the game, too? No, you're not going to be. So I understand the outrage, and that's brutal for Colorado State because they lose that game, and then they lose their coach, Nico Medved, hours later. So if you're a fan of the Colorado State Rams, I certainly do feel for you because that's a less than savory way to be going out. But that was probably a travel. That's a call that you're never going to be making at the end of the game. So if you're complaining that it's a travel, you're not wrong. But at the same time, you need to acknowledge that call is never going to be made.
Yes, and that's where my brother graduated from. So I felt for him. It was exciting, for CSU for a little bit there, but they'll be on their way. Is there a one that does not make it to the Elite Eight? Like, is there one of those teams that stands out to you? Like, I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous to be laying money on them here moving on into this next round.
I do think that we get all 4 1 seeds that make it into
Okay.
the Elite Eight. Now, with regards to the spread itself, I do think that Florida is going to be in for a battle against Maryland because Maryland does have that really good starting 5. I do think that in the end, Maryland not having anything outside that starting 5 is going to be a little bit of their undoing. But I do think that all 4 of these 1 seeds are going to be making it to the Elite Eight. What I also think is very interesting about this Sweet 16 as well. How about Houston's draw having to play Purdue in the state of Indiana? Now that what I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
I think that they'll be able to get by. I think that they'll survive and advance against a Purdue team that has been suspect all season long. I think
I agree.
But at the same time, too, the fact that you're Houston, you get the 1 seed, and congratulations. In the Sweet 16, you get to play Purdue at Lucas Oil Stadium in the state of Indiana. Yeah. They did them absolutely no favors.
Yeah, not the best scenario there for them. I know you mentioned Florida. And you look at Florida, they have yet to cover in the tournaments. And only 1 team here has gone 0-2 against the spread and then gone on to win it all, which was at my school, Arizona, but not since 1997. So that doesn't happen very often. So I think there is something to that Florida team. What are some best bets that you're looking at already? Maybe you've placed or, auto clicks for you when you read the board?
When Michigan State fell to -2.5 against Ole Miss, that just feels like an Ole Miss team that they shot 11 of 19 from 3-point range in their previous round. And Michigan State, numero uno in opponent's 3-point shooting percentage. They allow you to shoot less than 28% from 3-point range. They should be able to absolutely plow on the glass. Ole Miss outside the top 300 with regards to rebound percentage. Malik Diaz is the only guy that gives you north of 5 rebounds per game. And then you've got so many guys down low. Simon Zapala, the true 7-footer. Jackson Kaler. Jason Richardson is looking like he's going to be a lottery pick. That's one where I just saw that number get so short, and that to me was a little bit befuddling. Right now, that's between -2.5, -3. Do think that there's absolutely tremendous value out there. And then I do look at that Florida versus Maryland game. I actually like the under right now in that game because Maryland has been one of your better defensive teams in all of college basketball. And as I mentioned with Maryland, they've got a really good starting 5. They don't have a lot of depth outside that. I think for them to be able to hold in this game, they're going to need to slow things down a little bit more because if they try to get into a track meet with Florida, for as good as that starting 5 is, they're going to tire out at the end of the game. So I did look at those 2, and immediately those were 2 games that popped out to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I went to Arizona. The people that watch the show are no fool to that. And I think people are going to try to convince themselves of that 8.5. And I'm just going to be the first to tell everyone here, just don't play that game. Don't waste your money. I don't think we've even seen the best of Duke having to go and play Duke now. This isn't a team that's going to match up very well. So
we already saw that matchup earlier this year too.
Yes, we did. And Caleb Love actually played very well. So I could see a lot of people going over at his total points, probably be fine with that. He's kind of due for a crappy game, to say the least. Like, he's someone where he can be inconsistent. If it ends up being this game, I'm not going to sit here and be shocked. I'm pretty pessimistic when it comes to this Arizona team. But is there anything about, this game or maybe even Duke in particular? Because a lot of people have them, going all the way. They're, the favorite right now to win. Where are you at with these teams?
Yeah, with Duke, it's been incredibly impressive what we've seen out of them the first 2 games. And you didn't know what you were going to be able to get from Cooper Flag going into the NCAA tournament due to that injury. Well, he looks perfectly fine to me. So that's big for Duke. And with regards to this Duke team, the one thing that they don't really do is generate a lot of turnovers. So if you're a team that sometimes you get a little bit loose with the ball, you're able to match up there. And if you've got a lot of big men, like I think that Florida will be the toughest matchup for Duke as of right now, just because they've got size upon size upon size. But for this Duke team, they're efficient on offense. They're efficient on defense. Matter of fact, they're a top 5 team in terms of both offensive and defensive efficiency. You've got so much size along the perimeter. They don't really play anyone that's shorter than 6'5". It's ridiculous what we've seen out of them. I feel like it's a collision course between they and someone from the SEC in the national title game. And even if you do get Houston in the state of Texas that does face off against Duke in the Final Four, I think that Houston would be having a little bit of a tough time with it because even with Houston, all their size, all their discipline, that would be really difficult just with the way that this Duke team is playing. I've been thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, yeah, like you said, everyone was very nervous about Cooper, and it proved to just not really matter. He looks great. And I think a lot of times we forget these kids are so young. They recover so much quicker.
Cooper Flag should still be a freshman or a senior in high school right now, actually.
Right, exactly. Like, their bodies are not the same as all of us old heads that are watching these games. Like, we don't recover the way these young kids
I love how
do.
you're trying to sit here like, oh, we're so old and everything like that.
I feel old. I feel old today. I feel old watching these teams, and you see how baby-faced all these kids are. And it's funny because they're the ones like I'm getting angry at. And it's like, I'm sitting here getting angry at teenagers because my bet's not hitting.
And back in the day, we used to walk up and down the hill both ways to get to school.
There, that's fair. I did not quite walk to school, so that I guess
I actually did walk to school.
Did you? Yeah.
In the state of Wisconsin, when it would be negative 40 wind chill.
Oh,
so I do know all about that. I did not go uphill both ways.
And last team I want to ask you about before we move on to some football is, can you talk me off of Kentucky? I think they defended great against Illinois. You saw them 14 steals. I think they're a team that they really do keep guys fresh, and there's a lot of rotating with them, and I'm tempted to take them on the spread. That number sitting at, they're +4.5 against Tennessee. Talk me off of that.
Oh, I will, because Chaz Lanier is going to be the best player in this game. The Chaz is shooting 40% from three-point range, 18 points per game. Tennessee, top 3 team in the country. An opponent's three-point shooting percentage. And Kentucky hovering right around 300th in the country, an opponent's 2-point shooting percentage. Very vulnerable inside. Felix Opara is a guy that I really like for the Tennessee team. Igor Milicic is able to go inside out as well. Kentucky's still dealing with all those backcourt injuries. And this is not just a revenge spot. This is a double revenge spot. Tennessee lost to Kentucky twice during the regular season. Back when Kentucky was a little bit more healthy, you know that Rick Barnes is going to want to atone for that. Rick Barnes has always been a little bit sketchy in the NCAA tournament, but loved what I saw from them in that game against UCLA. This is going to be the ultimate battle of offense versus defense. Kentucky's looking to gun it. Tennessee's looking to play defense, but Tennessee, they have been able to avoid those scoring droughts ever since they brought in Don't Connect last year, Chaz Lanier this year. I think Tennessee has a good to win and cover this game.
I love it. Listen to Greg and not me. And before we get into some football, when it comes to college basketball and March Mania, one thing is for sure, nothing's for sure. Upsets, buzzer beaters, Cinderella's advancing, top seeds going home early, which hasn't quite happened this year, but it's all going to happen. Bet the unexpected every upset every day with DraftKings Sportsbook. With live betting, exclusive content, promos, and parlays, DraftKings is the ultimate college basketball destination for March. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That's code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issued. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.com/audio. Rhythm is your home for AI picks and props. Rhythm is already off to a great start, helping you dominate March Madness. Building your own custom model is easy and profitable. Plus, they have models for NBA, golf, and coming soon, MLB. Sign up for a 7-day free trial at sportsgambling.com/rhythm. And now we'll move on to a little football. That ad read is getting easier and harder at the same time a little bit there.
It feels like they're adding a lot onto there for you. Like whenever you watch some of those old commercials where it's like, if you have an erection lasting more than 4 hours, please call the Get It World.
I feel like I never know what's coming next, and it makes me nervous. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the NFL. The draft is actually 1 month from today, I believe. So we're getting close to the draft. Do you have any like really strong stances 30 days out from the draft?
I personally do not, although I do think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be wanting teams to reach for quarterbacks, but right now we're just in quarterback musical chairs right now with regards to the NFL. Like, I still don't know why Aaron Rodgers has not signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, that's a question that we need answered.
Yeah.
What is going to be happening with him? What's going to be happening with Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Where do these teams go from there? So I still feel like the NFL draft right now is a big, giant mystery, and that's really going to dictate a lot of what we're going to see. But at the very least, your team, the New York Giants, at the very least, it does feel like they've got a little bit of something. I like the signing of Jameis Winston, and I feel like that's a team that could be able to bring in a quarterback at their draft standing right now, and I feel like they're in a good place.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I think this is my first show since the signing. I'm pumped about it. I was really tired. I'm still tired of having to talk about Aaron Rodgers on this show. Like, no matter what, until he is signed, I'm going to be talking about him non-stop here. I think quarterbacks, obviously, the big conversation, Cam Ward having his pro day today. Is there any way the Titans don't take a quarterback? Right now they're minus 550 to take a quarterback. Is there a world that you see them not taking a quarterback first?
The only way that they don't is if they're looking at Arch Manning for next year. Like, that's the only way that they don't. And I mean, let's call it what it is with the Tennessee Titans. They get a little bit of a pass from the media just because they're out there in Nashville, Tennessee. Not a lot of people are paying attention to them. Why did they fire Mike Vrabel last year? Like, nobody has ever answered that question to me. No. Instead, they bring in Callahan, which I don't understand why they did that. But I mean, it's just a Tennessee Titans team that they were the 1 seed in the AFC a few years ago, and the way that they have just completely crapped all over themselves has just been absolutely mind-boggling. So they absolutely need to take a quarterback. Will Levis has not panned out for them. Now we're understanding why he fell into the second round of the NFL draft a few years ago, which, if a guy's putting mayo in his coffee, that should tell you all that you need to know about your future quarterback. But yeah, there's that aspect of things. But I mean, with the Tennessee Titans, I feel like you absolutely need to take a quarterback. You were mentioning Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. You just need to be able to build some excitement because the Tennessee Titans are exactly where you don't want to be in the NFL. Completely irrelevant.
Yeah, and they're in a weird spot too, where you've got this new GM. So he's in a spot where, like, even if he does mess up the quarterback position or this year, like, he's probably still going to get another year. So do you if you're him and you have the opportunity to take an Abdul Carter, who right now that's plus 275 for the first possession. Oh my gosh, a mouthful. I think the ad read messed me up. Position to be drafted to be D-line or edge. I don't know. Like, the plus 275 is interesting. I saw Abdul Carter. He tweeted out something today about how he's the best one in the draft and that he will be drafted number 1 overall. It's an interesting tactic by someone that has yet been drafted. I don't know if you saw that tweet. It was it's just an interesting thing to put out there before the draft has begun.
I did not see that, but I can understand the confidence with him because he always, absolutely. We still remember a few years ago, too, Will Levis, ironically enough, there was the old, like, Reddit reports that it's like, oh, he's going to be the number 1 overall pick. And if I do have a betting angle here, whatever they post on Reddit, do the exact opposite of that, and you'll probably make a little bit of money on this year's NFL draft. But yeah, with Abdul Carter, he's just an absolutely dominant player. And it's just so interesting for the Titans because if you look at their list of needs, it's like quite literally everything. Like, if you just take a look up and down, there's no player that is going to be able to change your fortunes this year. There's no way that you're going to be like the Commanders because at the very least with the Commanders last year when they had that number 2 overall pick, they were able to rectify things with Jaden Daniels. They at the very least had a few weapons around them. They had some good defense. The Titans have no defense. The Titans have no offense.
I know.
Yeah, it's rough.
What's the plan? Yeah, it's not looking too pretty. Okay, sticking the quarterbacks here. Second quarterback selected. There are some people in the world, I am not one of those people, who believe that Dart is going to go ahead of Sanders. If you were to believe that, it's sitting at plus 700. Right now, Sanders is minus 1,600 to be the second quarterback selected. I am there. Are you at all in the world of Jackson? I can't stand his face. Dart going second as the quarterbacks fall.
Yeah, no, I would not be drafting Jackson Dart as the number 2 quarterback. He is very clearly the number 3 quarterback in this draft. Nothing more, nothing less. Anyone that's trying to talk themselves out of Shedeur Sanders is trying to do so because they just don't want the publicity and, shall we say, the spotlight that's going to be coming from Shedeur Sanders. And if you don't want that, why are you in an NFL organization? that's when I just sit there and shrug my shoulders at. Now, I do believe that there might be a little bit of something to Shedeur Sanders, always having his father as his coach. This goes all the way back to high school, goes all the way back to Jackson State, what have you. But, I mean, if there's one thing that Deion knows, it is certainly football. He played for many, many different coaches back in the day. Heck, the last time the Dallas Cowboys were winning Super Bowls, Deion Sanders was a part of that. So, I mean, this is a guy that just knows all about winning. So I do think that he's going to pass that along to his son. I do think that they're going to want to try to get the best situation for him. So I do think that that's going to be something important to take a look at. But I do think that at the end of the day, it's going to be Shedeur Sanders being that number 2 quarterback off the board.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no better place for someone like that than under the bright lights of the New York media. But I will not continue to push that narrative, even though I think I've started. I've been off Twitter for a couple of days, so I haven't yet been pushing that. But you'll probably see a lot of that if you follow me on Twitter. Some of these number of guys drafted at certain position lines are starting to trickle out. Quarterback sitting at over 2.5 is minus 400. I do think we see 3 go. I think Dart does get himself into the 3rd round. You saw what happened last year. Nonstop. Bo Nix is not going first in the 1st round. Penix is not. They both went. I think you need a quarterback. I think the league is really starting to put emphasis on that because of how shitty the quarterback position is played across the board. So I don't see a world where Dart doesn't go in the 1st round. I just don't think it's going to be early on.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. In this day and age with regards to the NFL, you might be reaching for a quarterback, but if you hit on that quarterback, it's out of reach because you're going to get him under a rookie deal. You're going to be saving yourself so many millions of dollars versus trying to pay some of these retread quarterbacks that we've been seeing, getting north of $40 million, trying to hold out hope that Russell Wilson will be able to give you one more good year or something like that. Absolutely. You need to hit on one of these quarterbacks.
For sure. I'm with you. You're a Packers fan, correct?
Oh, I certainly am. 45 minutes away from Lambeau.
Yeah. So what are they doing in the draft? They're going defense, right? Right now, edge, D-line plus 150, cornerback plus 160, wide receiver plus 330.
They're drafting a wide receiver. I can tell you that right now.
Finally?
The last time they drafted a wide receiver in the 1st round was Javon Walker in 2002. The Packers do not draft 1st-round wide receivers. You can take that one off the board.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Nope, not at all. I would say you can go with a little bit of defense. Would not be surprised if they look at the offensive line as well.
Okay.
That's something that the Green Bay Packers have done time and time again. They're always a team that they're looking at the inside. They're trying to make sure that they're keeping Jordan Love upright as well because we did see a little bit of shakiness from Jordan Love last season. Being able to provide him with a little bit more protection. That's something I could see the Packers doing, but it's linemen, it's defensive line, perhaps a quarterback. Those are really the lone 3 options for the Packers at this point.
Absolutely. I'm totally with you there. Let everyone know where they can find you, what you have coming up next, and I'll let you get out of here. You're fantastic. Thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure. And I'm on the old Twitter/X at @GUnit_81. As you mentioned, the baseball betting show that comes back on Thursday. We'll be doing that every single day. Coast to Coast Hoops podcast. We are looking at every single one of these games, not just the NCAA tournament, but we've had some rambunctious CBI and NIT games. The Crown is coming to lovely Las Vegas as well. So we've got that all covered at GUnit_81 on Twitter/X is a hub for it all.
I love it. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, Greg?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Of course. And time for my bonus underdog pick'em. Underdog pick'em. You can play any sport and win up to 100x. Here's a pick'em entry I like for PGA this week for Houston. Big Tone Finau better 20.5 tourney finishing position, as well as Aaron Rai to do the same thing, better 20.5 finishing position. And Father Scotty, who we know maybe not playing up to par, but still playing fantastic. And we're always going to put some money on Scotty. So better finishing position than 5.5. That's going to get you 7.37x return. So sign up Smalls to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code Smalls. SGPN has partnered up with EdgeBoost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An EdgeBoost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied, which no one wants to see, at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cash back rewards for using your EdgeBoost card and being a degenerate. And you know your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. the best part is there's no credit checks and it's completely free. And without further ado, going to bring on my fellow rat friend and also betting analyst from your betting news, Colby. Hi, Colby. Hi.
Steph, how are we? For the people listening, you can turn the volume down. You can turn the volume down. We'll be howling at the moon shortly. I hope you're doing well as well.
Yeah, you know what? There's always a surprise there with the ad reads. I never know what we're gonna get. I'm bringing you on to talk about baseball. Yay! I love baseball. Fun, amazing.
Are we?
Take me out to the ball. What is it? Ball game? Ballpark?
Yeah. Yes. That would be take me out to the ball game or as small as one. I'll take 2 glizzies and a beer. Thank you.
I like Cracker Jacks. Do they still sell those?
Without the toy, yes. Your grandfather would be PO'd.
Yes. They had like the little sticker thing in it. Before we get started,
Yes.
Can you give like a brief? I did not prep you. Can you give like a brief pump up speech, like very brief, like get us ready for baseball?
Oh God! If you don't know, if you haven't followed me yet, I adore the baseball season. A lot of people don't like it. I love it. I basically am a value bettor for baseball. And if you don't know, I love hitting home run bets, and I just like enjoying making videos where I'm screaming and my girlfriend thinks I'm the most annoying human being on the planet. It's because I am. But I'm going to let you know one thing. It is going to be the best baseball season of our lives, people. 2025 is just, I can't even speak. I'm so excited for baseball because CBB has been so bad to me. Baseball is just, it's so perfect. You could sit on the couch like this with your phone in your hand, and you could just be a slob. It's the best sport. It's a
fat man sport, as my dad would say.
Oh,
sorry, Dad.
it's your father's favorite thing to watch when he's asleep outside of the Masters.
I love it. I joined a fantasy baseball team. I'm going to try. A lot of the followers and listeners have been trying for years to get me to like at least pretend.
I'm out with fantasy. I know you do fantasy stuff. I can't do it anymore.
It's not fun.
It's not. I've done NBA fantasy. I won it the first year I ever did it and retired. Why would I go back? Why would I go back? I won it. I'm perfect.
I feel like I just won all that money in the Circa competition this year that like I should just end on that note. Like I took my 5K and I'm gotta just go kind of thing. Do you have some MLB futures for me? Like what can I place right now?
I have too many.
Give me. I want like all your favorite ones, like top 4 or 5.
Easily.
Okay.
So I will not say when I was looking at these because I was still 27. My birthday was December 10th when I was looking at these or thinking about what was going on. So I've had a lot of these circled since December. My favorite one, I'll give you the most filthy one that I have right off the bat. It's a 4-1 2-leg parlay for Francisco Lindor and Jose Ramirez to go over 30 home runs this season.
Okay.
Why? Because one, they're going to have to throw to Lindor. They're not going to walk him right off the bat to start the game. They're going to throw to him with Juan Soto behind him. Also, I put Lindor to lead the league in runs because it was 25-1. Why? Yeah. And Soto was like plus 900. Why? The guy in front of him is going to get the run. And anywho,
fucking idiots.
Yeah, moron. Yeah, moron. Well, I guess the books know something I don't because I'm the moron. So, Jose Ramirez. They renovated Progressive Field, and now there's a wind tunnel in right. So he's just going to be crushing home runs. He hit 20 last season. I don't like bringing up previous year's stats because it's baseball. It's baseball. It's the marathon of sports. It's 160 games. It doesn't matter what happened last year. It's a new year. Guys can get hurt. But I think if he can crush it at home, he can do it he can get 10 other ones against the White Sox because he's going to be playing them 10-plus games this season. Okay. And I think 30 is just – they could do 30. They've done it before. They
Why not?
It. And 4-1, I love those odds.
Why not this year? Why not them? New year, new us.
Why not
us? Why not us?
The other one that I love, and I hate that I love it so much. It's the Texas Rangers over 85.5 wins. I got it at even money. Top to bottom, maybe the sexiest team on paper. The rotation is going to be a concern because I don't know how good DeGrom's going to be. And if DeGrom is good and back to the form that they paid him to be, this team is going to be better than they were in 2023. Colby, they won the World Series in 2023. They're going to be better. But I know the Dodgers are still a lethal animal out there, and they're top dog, but I'm not touching any Dodgers props because, again, 162 games, they have to finish the season regardless if they're injured or not. And I'm not going to bet the chalkiest team maybe
Although it's
ever.
boring. Like how fucking boring are you? Like I'll say that. Oh, you like the Dodgers? Cool. No fucking shit. That's sick, man.
You like the Dodgers to win the World Series?
Cool.
Don't care. I like the Rangers because
you season your
cool.
meat? Like what? Like okay, got it. What else do you like? Give me more.
I hate the Mariners. I hate them this year. I have the under on their win total because Smalls, they did what your father does when the Masters is on. They slept through the whole offseason. They didn't pick up the phone and call Pete Alonso. They're like, hey, we'll keep Luke Raleigh at first. He's good enough.
Yeah.
It's three guys. It's Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and Cal Raleigh. They're not going to win you games. They're not going to get you above 4 runs per game. When your rotation is probably the best in the league, that rotation can't win you every single game, and I don't see them winning 85 games, so I took the under on that. I really like the under. I'm just very disappointed in the Mariners. They don't care about their fans. Let's just say that. They don't care about their fans. It is a beautiful place for sports over in Seattle. I went there for the All-Star game a few years ago. The fans love it there. They love it there. They were chanting Shohei's name at the All-Star game for him to go there. They want to win. They deserve to win.
They kind of sound like the Dallas Cowboys. Like it's giving.
No, do not put that on the people of Seattle. Do not put that on the people of Seattle. Now, I know you're looking for my most disgusting, filthy pig pick of the season.
I want the filthy pig one.
I took Vladdy to win MVP.
Okay, that sucks.
I took Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to win MVP.
Oh, he's on my team. He's on my fantasy team. I'll bet that.
Yes. Now, for the people watching, they're like, why would this moron do that? He's probably going to be
daddy.
He's probably going to get dealt midway through the season. Now, I live in a hypothetical world, Smalls. We don't worry about the data. We don't worry about data. We're worried about a man who's been doubted. He's chasing his bag, and he's going to get that flipping money. He is going to get paid. And I'm hoping that the Blue Jays are good and they're buyers at the deadline, so they keep him on the team and they don't ship him anywhere. They acquire more talent and they win more. And if they're winning, it's because of him. I also took him to lead the league in home runs at plus 4,000. And also his home run total is like 30 and a half. He's going over 30 home runs this season. So if you like that play, you want a safer play, take the over 30 and a half because he is going to smash balls into the moon.
Vladdy Daddy.
Daddy.
Did I draft him just because it rhymed with daddy? Maybe. Like fucking maybe I might have done
Vibes.
But
it rhymed. Vibes.
Yes. I want to have fun here with this. Do you have anyone on your like MLB no bet list?
So I was thinking about that all day because I know you have a list and I know you have 100 names on that list?
It's not 100, but I only have one baseball. I just have the shit Sox on there.
Is that the White Sox?
Yes.
I mean, the White Sox are going to be better than what people think, in my opinion. But I don't have a list because sooner or later those people are going to turn it around and probably win us money. However, last year, I don't know if I should have put them on the list, but the Orioles and Gunnar Henderson home run and bases at a streak was like a whole month where they didn't do anything. I love first 5 team totals, and the Orioles would just always come up short. And the data was just mouthwatering. Sorry, I'm a numbers nerd. So I had to take it. I probably should have added them to my list. I don't really have a list. I wish I did. As an Italian, I hate a lot of things, but I can't hate a player that I'm going to bet on.
Okay. You can hate them for like a little bit of time. I feel like you get over it. Like it's like
30 seconds. I think I'm doing 30 seconds.
That's just being a degenerate. That's being a full-on degenerate.
I'm going to love you tomorrow.
I like to ask like for the sports that I'm not like obsessed with, which baseball is like really high up there in teams I'm not of sports I'm not obsessed with, to compare some baseball teams with NFL teams. Mm-hmm. Okay. So who is like the Commanders where they will surprise people?
The Reds.
Okay.
So, and I'm only saying this because I think I'm the only one that doesn't like the Reds, but hopefully I'm wrong. And the only reason I want to be wrong on this take is because I've wanted the Reds to be good my whole life. I mean, I say this all the time. All the teams that were bad from my youth, I want to be good. You don't want to know how bad I want the Jaguars to be. So in 2017, when they almost went to the Super Bowl, that was my Super Bowl with them almost making the Super Bowl. I want bad teams to be finally good. I think the fan bases deserve it. No, I'm not talking about the White Sox. They don't deserve that.
They deserve nothing.
They don't. They just serve fantastic food. That if you're in Chicago and you're like, hey, I need a dinner and a show, go to Guaranteed Rate. You will have the best meal of your life. That is not facetious at all.
Okay, fine. That's fair. Sometimes we don't know. Who are the Chicago Bears where it's like every offseason, it's like, yup, they won the offseason. They won the offseason. And then, did you really?
I'm trying to think of who made the most acquirements. I mean, I would, as a Yankees fan, I do hate that I'm about to say this, but I hope it's not the Boston Red Sox because of how much they got. I think they're going to be really good, but I don't know about Bears. I don't know if there's anyone like
the Bears
that.
Are unique. They're unique.
Bust out the T-shirts in the banner. You won the offseason 4 years in a row.
Yeah, those poor guys. Again, yeah, good job, guys. Nice. Hate that for you. Okay, and then what about the Chiefs? Like glaring flaws, but people are still going to be high on them no matter what because they are like that team.
I know there's a certain someone in the chat that's been commenting about the Orioles the entire time, but
sorry,
it's the Orioles.
Sorry, Trev.
Travis, I'm sorry. It's the Orioles. You are like the Mariners, except you have one of the sexiest lineups in baseball. You slept through the offseason. I was obsessed with you in November when you acquired Tyler O'Neill, who I think is a very underrated bat. Then you lose Corbin Burns. You lose Anthony Santander. And go the rest. You're not going to win with that lineup. You will win games, yes. You are not going to get far with what you have in that rotation because it is stinky.
Poor Trevor is like one of the people that's been asking me.
Trevor, I know the Yankees. I'm a Yankees fan. They're going to be good, but they're not going to win a lot of games. The rotation's bad there too, but they're better than the Orioles.
Okay. Oh, sorry, Trev. My bad. Okay, last one. Let me come up with a good one. I guess it doesn't apply to them. What about, I guess that we can go Cowboys, but I guess this doesn't pertain to them last year. What about like a team that's always good? They make it pretty far, but then they poop their pants.
Who
poops who's the big pooper of the MLB? Who's
going to take a wicked crap this year?
The biggest dump ever.
Let's just say it's the Yankees. Let's just say it's the Yankees. It's my favorite team.
Me too.
They have everything. You're going to have the greatest Yankee that never wins a ring not win a ring, Aaron Judge. It's sad that they can never get the rotation around. They have all this talent. They can't get it going. And you lose Garrett Cole. Max Fried's not going to get it done. He's not going to carry this rotation. He can't do that. He's going to be great, but it's not going to be unbelievable.
Every time
so it's
I
the Yankees.
see Max Fried's name, I want to say Max Fried. Like it's really, my brain is not wired for some reason the right way.
I mean, I probably do that. I can't think of the last time. It is Max Fried though. On this show, it's Max Fried. If it came on the show, it's Max Fried.
It's the same way as with UNC. I think like the Utes kind of messed up my brain because whenever I see it, I think it says Unk. Like it's so stupid.
No, you don't. You don't. Unk versus Duke. Can't wait.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit, swear to God, I think it says Unk every fucking time. It drives me crazy because I'm like, really, like, truly, what's wrong with me?
Dude, what's going on with the Unks in Chapel Hill?
I don't know. Too many Unks. Those Unks. I don't know. Okay. I want to do random rankings with you. So these are just going to be like great things. And there's, let me see, 6 of them. And you have to rank them. Okay.
All right.
This is going to be kind of hard.
So 1 to 6? That's
1 to 6. You have to, I need like somewhere to write this down. Okay. I'm going to write it down. Okay.
I love ranking stuff. So I'm blind ranking because I don't know what's coming next.
Blind rankings. Boom. Okay. This is going to be kind of, I'm going to mess with you a little bit here. Okay. Palmer, your dog is the first one.
Oh no. Oh no.
No,
Three.
No, that's fucked up. Okay, so your dog is number 3.
Sometimes she pisses me off.
It's true. That's true. I don't even know where I would put Kaya in this. Okay. First round of March Madness.
My dog, March Madness. My dog, March Madness. My dog is always there, so 4.
Okay.
4.
That's a good see. 4. That's analytics, man. Like that's being a data-driven man. Easy.
And a good father.
Yes, of course. Vacation beer. The first beer on vacation.
I couldn't tell you the last time I went on vacation. Throw that at 6. Throw that at 6.
Okay. I thought I would get you there a little bit. Okay. Boobs.
An honorable mention.
Okay, fine. MLB opening day.
Is 2 still available? 2?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
It's better than Palmer.
Okay. Cracker Barrel breakfast.
5.
5. I guess you
5.
still have 1 because you didn't rank boobs. So
I'll put boobs at 5, and then we'll put Cracker Barrel 4.
Okay.
I'll do you a solid.
MLB opening day
2
is 1 because we don't have a 1.
No. Wait, that was it?
Yeah, that's it.
Really now?
Here comes the data guy. I can't do data now.
Hey. The math is already done when there's data.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so it's opening day, Palmer. Or is Cracker Barrel ahead of Palmer?
No. Put Palmer 2.
Okay, Palmer's 2.
Yes.
Cracker Barrel. First round March Madness. And then vacation beers and then boobs.
Perfect.
Pretty good.
Perfect.
Pretty
That's
good.
the list. That is the perfect list.
Amazing. I think it's well done, honestly. Before we get out of here, any storylines from this past weekend, NCAA nonsense you want to talk about? The UConn coach yelling, people being very mad about him yelling, or
I love Dan Hurley. He's a lunatic. I get why people get upset, but I'm also the contrarian. So anything you guys like, I hate. And anything you hate, I love. It's just how I'm wired. I'm sorry. I don't do it on purpose. But I think something that people are talking about today is the travel yesterday with the Colorado State in the Maryland game with Queen, at the buzzer. My take on that is we would be having this same discussion on a Monday if they called that travel call. Now, you got to let that play out regardless, because he could have missed that shot. Game over. We wouldn't be talking about this today. We'd be talking about how cool it was that Colorado State beat Maryland. So when it comes down to it, let it play out, and it happened, whatever. You're going to complain regardless. And unless I see a governor of Maryland come out and have some silly goose comments like the West Virginia one, do not do that. Yeah. Governors, don't do that. I lose all respect for you. As a wise person once said, I'm being facetious here, shut up and dribble, sir. Your politics.
I love it. Okay, last thing, I guess. I keep saying last thing. This is like the third last thing. But best bet then. Do you have one already for this next round that you want to share and then let people know where they can find you on Twitter, X?
Yes.
Stripper name.
So I've been getting into the race to 20s. They have been the most fun thing I've been betting on this weekend. I took Ole Miss race to 20 on Friday against Michigan State. Michigan State or Ole Miss likes to run fast. I think they're going to get out early.
Yeah.
I really have a lot of respect for Michigan State. I think they're fantastic. The run they've gone on since they lost to Indiana is just impeccable. It is unbelievable. I'm shocked they did it because it was a gauntlet. I think they're due for some regression. Hopefully it's in the first, 10 minutes of the game to let Ole Miss cash this play for us. But I like that one a lot. I don't know. Maybe I'll bet Ole Miss first half on the spread because Michigan State always finishes the game strong. So I really like the race at 20.
Any way that I can fade MSU, I'm all in. I am out. I am so just fucking far out on them.
I'm not a big Izzo guy either. So I'm just
and their fans, like, again, if you want to come watch a Michigan State game at a Michigan State bar, and you'll want to blow your brains out.
I think that's your fault for going to those bars. No offense to you.
You can't escape them. I either go to a Michigan bar, worse, debatable, Michigan State bar. It's just like, where are you going to go? It's like, pick your
McDonald's.
Sure. That's why I stay home.
Mexican restaurant. There's margaritas.
I should. That's a good choice. Yeah, very good choice. You can find them everywhere, though. They linger. It's like a fungal disease everywhere. Okay. Tell everyone where they can find you, what's coming up next. I know you have your show that you lied to everyone about when it's starting. Tell them the actual date.
It's not a show, it's a space. So
sorry.
You can find me on Twitter at C_MARCHIO2. Don't forget the 2. Don't forget the underscore. I run a space throughout the baseball season. It's called the Early Leans. It's right in the morning around 9:30 Central. I'm going to start it April Fool's Day. It's not a joke. It's really happening on April Fool's Day next Tuesday. I will hope to do that throughout the week, every week until baseball's over with. It is the most fun thing I do. You can come join. Anyone can join. Come pitch your play. It's early leans. You don't have to have a play. You can just come listen, do whatever. But I do run a baseball show for Betting News called The Pick-Off. Get it? The Pick-Off. And
love it.
That starts Thursday morning. And we're going to be talking about all those games then. So there's a lot of stuff coming out with baseball from me. So if you love baseball, give me a follow. I love talking baseball. Hope to see you there. It's going to be the best season of our lives. Is that a guarantee? It's a lock. We don't use the L word, but it's a lock. It's going to be the best season of our lives.
The other word we don't use, love. We're going to love it too the entire time.
Oh, I love.
I love it. All right. I'll get you back on again, like during baseball, so I can keep the energy up because I'm probably going to need it while I am doing that. If you have not liked this episode, go do that. Rate, review on the podcast. Subscribe. We're close to 2K, and I will see you guys Wednesday. Thank you, Colby, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, Smalls. Everyone have a good one.
Watch 'em make it, break it, break it, break it.